I'm good.
All right, welcome back to Undercover ET UK, everyone. And guess what? We've got Eddie Abbott back on the show. As promised, we're going to be doing some work together, and we just aren't stopping for anyone. We're going to go, go, go. Um, Eddie, how are you doing, first of all, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
Living it, mate, living it up. Just got back from Wales, bit tired. Had a great experience though, and saw a lot of stuff. I can't wait to post it. We had some night vision stuff, some daytime stuff, and just some great scenery all round. So yeah, really, really good.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, it's great because you may be able to elaborate on some of the stuff I've captured actually, and that's while we're on that point, we're going to be doing that for some of the audience in the near future. You guys keep recording, keep doing what you're doing. When you send it in to me, you never know. Me and Eddie might pick it out the stack and analyze it for the channel. I think it'd be a good idea, right? Just to give a
I,
little
I
bit of
like that.
credibility. Yeah,
I
just
like helping, man. I mean, I'm an analyst. That's what I do. I mean, people have gifts, people have talents. I'm a great analyst. I mean, it's what I do. I love to analyze. And is anybody 100% accurate? Not a whole. All you can do is give your synopsis, right? So I love looking at things. I have a different way of seeing things. So yeah, it sounds like a good idea. We could go through people's things. A lot of people out there just putting them up and they don't know what they're talking about. So maybe we can bring some clarity to what we're seeing. Everything is not obviously going to be a UFO, but yeah, let's have fun with it. Let's start. Everybody in the world needs to start waking up a little bit, so we can all start thinking together. It's not about do you have the capabilities? Of course you do. What's going on is your brain's clouded with what the man wants you to think, what the man wants you to accept. Like when people have sightings, why do they look for somebody to say, yes, that's real? If I just saw that, I don't need anybody to tell me it's real.
yeah,
And what society does all the time is they look for someone to give them an answer, but they don't need it. We
yeah,
need each other because the people in power are not going to give you the answer, right? They're not. They have their own agenda. And the more you don't know, the better off they are. And when the world, and I'm not talking just my country, your country, the world has to stand up and go, we've been getting lied to a whole lot here.
sure.
There's a whole lot of power in certain areas. And where's it coming from? You know, so I want the world to wake up. That's all I want. I don't care if people want to believe anything I'm telling you. I get nothing out of this. Nothing. You get nothing out of it. I have better shit to do with my life than sit here and listen to a bunch of keyboard warriors that don't believe shit because they haven't done shit. So it's
Here, here.
easier to believe in a God we have never seen. It's easier to believe a man walked on water, which we've never seen, than it is to believe your own eyes. Think about that. We've been programmed to think that way. We've been programmed to be good little children that only believe what the man tells us is okay to believe. Fuck all that. Let's stop it.
Man, I couldn't have put it any better myself. Honestly, couldn't have put it any better myself. People need to think for themselves. They need to understand, and maybe once or twice at the start, you need a little bit of help to understand what you're looking for and a bit of
Right.
clarification. But once you've seen something completely unexplainable, you shouldn't be stepping away from that and trying to,
No.
you should just keep that at the forefront of your mind, is what we're saying. And use
Exactly.
that knowledge to find the next one and the next one. And okay, if you make a mistake, fine. But it was worth looking at because
Right.
because of the experience that took you there in the first place, right? So that's
And nothing can change your experience. Nobody in authority can change what you saw. They can only muddle up your mind.
yeah, man.
Right? We're intelligent beings, dude. Very intelligent, but we've been so subdued. We're afraid to think for ourselves. We have all these people in power telling us bullshit lies. They feed us bullshit food that's not good for us and tell us it's good, it's okay. We have been nothing but guinea pigs, and the ones that know are going to keep it that way. So it's up to us as people to say, enough of this bullshit. You're no smarter than I am. You just happen to be in a different job where people give you some kind of credibility. You're just a human being.
Bang on.
You're getting privy to a little more information. So yeah, it's like I say, and I'm not gonna harp on it for 2 seconds. longer than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Religion was designed to control man, to control man's thinking, to put fear into man, so man does not overstep his bounds and get into what the power structure knows, wants to fucking keep secret. So if the religion is established, all the good little children of every fucking part of the world are going to fall in line,
Mhm.
right? When they're in line, now we can rule these people and keep it all to ourselves. And that's all that's going on. So it's up to us to say, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm no
Yeah.
dummy,
And that's not
right?
to say that you shouldn't have faith in good fortune, and that's not to
Right.
say you shouldn't live a righteous life. That's
Not at
just,
all.
yeah, it's just to say that across the board, across all religions, nothing ever good comes from it. And
Look at the Middle East.
I back you, man. Where is the good that's come from it in the world? There isn't. There really isn't. And if someone can point out the good, I'd love to hear it. Because religion in the long run just damages and damages and damages. I'm with you, but it's not about politics or religion. It's just the truth, and it
Right.
does need to be said, man. It does need to be said.
Exactly.
And
And
we'll
quit
leave.
asking everybody to. We don't need everybody to authenticate what we see with our own eyes. We don't.
Yeah.
If a craft shows up and you see it, it's a fucking craft.
Mm,
Why do you need someone to say, oh, no, no? I mean, really?
mhm.
Who knows anything, right? If you see it, you see it. I don't need to go
100%.
next door and ask my neighbor, hey, I got a picture. What do you think?
You
I
don't
can
need the
show them,
reassurance. Yeah. You
but
don't need the
I've
reassurance.
seen it.
Yeah. Why would you need the reassurance? That means that you're not sure of yourself.
Exactly, because we've been made to feel that way. It's an insecurity that's been driven into society. We are
Yeah.
not smart. That's what they basically tell us. They sell us bullshit products, keep us happy, and make us
Mm,
dumber and dumber and dumber.
yeah. Yeah. I'll put a suit on if it means that people will listen.
Right. I'm
But
not.
yeah,
I'm
I
just Eddie. I'm
yeah.
Eddie. I don't give a fuck. And that's the truth. And I'm sorry I'm harsh, everybody. It's just maybe I can tamp down my language, but I'm Eddie, and that's it. You either accept me or move along. I don't care. I don't
Mm,
live my life for anybody. I want to help everybody. I want people to wake up. I'm not trying to pull bullshit over anybody's eyes. I'm trying to take that film off your eyes that they put there. And
yeah, man.
so it might feel like, some people are going to fight no matter what. Some people are going to fight. Let's dig. Let's find shit. Find whatever you want to find. I'm here to help. That's it. You
That's it,
don't have
man.
to like what you hear.
Mhm.
Move on if you don't like it, honestly. But the rest of the world needs to hear the truth. And I'm not here to lie to anybody. I will talk to people the way I talk to my children. And I educate my children constantly, even though they're in their 20s and shit. And my little guy, he gets it all. I'm very,
Sure.
very, very into making sure that your knowledge is where it needs to be. I want you to think for yourself, and that's how I raise my kids. That's how I people in the world. Think for yourself. Stop all this dependency on a lying ass government. You
Mhm.
know what you see, you know it's there. You don't even have to believe it, but you know it's there. It's now worldwide. It's getting worse and worse by the day. That isn't coincidental. And my government has way more shit to worry about than putting fucking shit up in the air. The New Jersey drones, that wasn't my government, dude. Nothing to do with it. I told you I got two buddies in. They told me how the things were coming out of the fucking water and going everywhere. And we sent drones up because it was getting to the point where it was panic city. We have got to somehow take control of this situation. We have to send up things because
Mm.
we don't want the people to see what's up there and think, oh my God, we're being
Yeah.
invaded.
It's
Now,
like
these are
it's
coming
just
from two
cloud,
guys.
clouding it, clouding it, clouding it
Yes.
all the time.
He
Yeah.
said
And
that
that's
we
what they
put
did.
drones up to draw the attention away from the spheres and all the other shit that was up there. And it
Mm.
wouldn't go away. So the media was told a fucking story.
And that leads on, and that perfectly leads on to what we want to discuss really again, which is just clarity on Skinny Bob. Um,
Yes.
like that video leaked and it got edited and changed around and put back out there. And before you know it, everyone's like, ah, it's just CGI, it's just fake. You can hear it, you
It's
can
not
see it.
CGI.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not. Let's be clear. When it was brought to our attention, which was very rare that we were to look at anything obscure like that in that setting,
yeah.
it was never said, can't talk about this. It was never told that this was highly classified. No one's allowed to talk. So those words were never said. It was 2008. I see that our interview has gone global. So it's in different languages all over the
Sure.
planet. And some people have sent me links, and some of the wording that they're using is a little off. Let's be clear. And I'm gonna break this down Barney style, baby, for all the people that can understand it in layman's terms.
Please do.
Let's do this the way I would give a briefing. 2008 inside of a skiff. I worked in the skiff. I wasn't just in the skiff. I actually worked inside of the skiff. That's settled, right? It isn't, oh, he got to go into a skiff and look at shit. No, I was the dude that worked in the skiff, right? So I was one of the people working inside. Second, we were told to all come look. Check out this video. It has been leaked. Now, let's get down to what leaks are. In the government, things go into a system. We have internet servers that are just governmental. If you use a card to extract information out, there are some files that will leave a trail saying this has been copied. Now, that captain must have been privy to that file and the copying. It must have been brought to his attention for a reason. Somebody in that general vicinity of the Pacific must have done something to bring it to the attention of my skiff, right? So when he brought that up, none of us were expecting what we saw. The clips in the video we're going over, they're not in the same goddamn order, all of them, right? So I
Right.
told you how it started and what was there. It went from the house to the two craft doing this perfectly to scramble bits of the craft, right? Then it went to a crash and all that. Whatever the hell's in that video, that's all. That was all there. Was it in that order? No, not per se. The being itself, that took up a lot of time and color,
Right.
and I don't, and it was the color because that's why it had the colors. You can see when the other ones come off of the craft to walk on the wherever the fuck they're at. I don't know. We're not even going to speculate. They came off. That was the coloring from that family, like whatever. I saw the fucking thing. It said family something, and they're all in color coming off. Well, that was the same coloring I saw the being. And
Right.
when the being was in color, it was a longer portion of the video. It was very slow. It was very meticulous the way that they went over him, the details of the suit. And then there was mutterings, people that are in the know of what's going on. How do the suits work? Because somebody actually had brought up the suit. Said, wow, that's a really tight little suit or something to that effect. And that's when it was like, yeah, they can turn invisible. And that's how all these conversations go on. And you and I had a talk where I had talks with these other people from the 732nd that said flat out, you get bright flashes of light, boom, boom. Then they come down, they're there. Somehow, I told you, it reminded me of the conversation of Star Trek. It was very bizarre.
So it
And
was like
then,
they it was like so it was like they just beamed down
yes,
and they
that's what
leave
the
a
that was
trace
the
on the ground.
conversations with the guys that work in the tunnel that listen. I'm not telling anybody anything that was going to get me in trouble because I never signed anything saying no non-disclosure agreements. Anyone talk about this? These are conversations. So
Sure.
I'm giving you an insight to conversations. People can believe what they want to believe. But
Sure.
they told us that they go in if you go to these areas where there's supposedly landings or beings caught on the ground, there are intricate rings that are burned into the ground. Not burned per se like you would think fire-wise, but it's almost like damages the grass and it leaves permanent rings. And this is like boom, boom. They suck them up, boom, boom. They put them down. These are conversations we've had, and it's not just one person. This was happened over a period of time where the same kind of conversations were talked about. I just listen, man. And I listen very fucking well because my dad always said, two of these, one of these,
Yeah,
use
man.
these more. So I listen to a whole lot of crazy shit being talked about. And these are not people that joke. I kid you not. These are some of the most intense people you've ever seen.
Yeah.
So I knew what they were talking about. And it wasn't like it was a once one over thing, right? It was seemed like it was like almost a couple days a week. They were just sitting blah, 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 blah. And it was amazing, right? And then of course, I saw craft. I saw photos of craft. We
Mhm.
saw all kinds of weird shit. I've seen videos of craft. I've seen so many goddamn craft. It was ridiculous. We were talking about the spheres. We saw those. And I told you earlier today when we had a conversation, the Foo Fighters from World War II. If
Yeah.
people use their brain, okay, now we don't need anybody. It's just all of us, whoever's watching, you and I. Look at yourself, the Foo Fighters. Look for photos of Foo Fighters from World War II. You're going to see spheres of light following all the aircraft in the sky. The Americans thought it was the Germans thought it was the Americans, and so on. But they're captured and they're talked about. They've been here forever. Now we're seeing an uptick in the spheres. This whole world is come, the balance of the world is now shifting because now the sightings are growing.
Mm.
We are not the rulers of this planet. We've never been the rulers of this planet. They're under the ground, they're
Yeah.
under the ocean, they're in the moon, on the moon, they're everywhere. We, honest to God, like I told you, we're ants in an ant farm. And I think that we're actually almost lucky to be here. Like they're allowing us to be here. That's the feeling I get from this whole thing. Doing
Yeah.
the intel work I do, putting pieces together, I feel like they could have eliminated us so many times. I feel like that they're sitting back waiting. Are we going to graduate above a warring species and join a bigger federation of beings that are smarter, calmer, more peaceful? I think that's what it is. Is this incarnation of humanity ready to take the next step? And they're monitoring us. Same thing we would do. Why would I let you join my group if you can't even get along with your own people?
Yeah.
Right? So I think
Vetting.
that's what's going on. This is a feeling out process. A lot of information's coming out. People are feeling different. People are seeing things. How are we going to handle it? Let's handle it like adults. Okay? We know we're not alone. I don't care who, even the naysayers can't sit there and say, yeah, we're the only ones here. You can't look out in space and go, we're the only ones here. We are very far from the center of the big blast.
Mm.
So if you take the center of the big blast, right, the Big Bang, where it all started, all of those civilizations that are so millions of years older than us, come on now. Look how far we've come. If you take us from 1930 till today, how in the fucking hell can you explain the massive leap in technology? The Nazis got a hold of a craft through the Vril Society with that Marie Orsic lady. She was somehow very gifted. She was able to communicate with these things. Hitler, they were enamored with this woman. They wouldn't leave her alone. They used her. They sat down in these occult meetings because she could contact them. She was able to bring one in. They were able to level it to the ground. And that's why the Nazis took all the Jewish people and turned them into slaves, digging into the ground, hiding everything that they were working on. It became a crazy, crazy fucking world then. We
Yeah.
got involved. Operation Paperclip. The Russians took the guys they needed. We took the guys we needed. And now a Cold War begins. Think about this, everybody. You don't need anybody to tell you this is true. A Cold War, after we were allies and helped, get rid of the Nazis, now we're in a Cold War. Why? We have technology and brains, technology and brains. Let's see where this shit goes. And that's what's been going on ever since we took out the Nazis. And we didn't even, you already know that we didn't take them out. They
No.
just got split
Yeah.
up. Hitler got hidden. Everything is true. People can believe what they want because it's more comfortable to believe that somebody like me is going to tell you a bullshit story than it is to go, this fucking guy's for real. And what he's saying is a game changer.
Dude, you're
And you know
resonating
what?
with so many people out there. You are
People
because they believe it.
People want to believe, but they're afraid to believe. I'm the guy, no fucks given. I'm going to tell you the way I tell my kids because I have no other interest but to see you advance. And
Yeah.
that's the truth. I want nothing for any, I don't want to, I've been getting used, because you're my guy. All these people want to interview me. I'm getting all these weird interview requests. I'm not out for the fame. You and I are hitting home a message here.
Yeah.
And the audience here knows that what we're doing, we're trying to wake them up. Somebody's got to wake up the world. And if our platform that we're using here today is the way to go about it, then so be it. Let's all unite. We're all one species. We all have to get together and stop the bullshit. What's going on is real.
Yeah.
What you see is real.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start becoming the intelligent beings that we were created to be. I'm never going to tell you a goddamn lie about this shit. If I don't know, I don't know. but can
Yeah.
I figure it out? Am I a really good analyst? And yes.
Yeah.
And
And
I'd
do you know
love
what?
to help.
Do you know what, Eddie? And on that point, I'm glad you just reminded me. First of all, don't let any of the religious talk in any of this interview detract you from what you just said, which is we are humanity. We are all in this together. We can pull ourselves out of it if we choose to. And secondly, you're the only whistleblower. We call you a whistleblower, truth teller, someone that, someone who just wants the truth. You're the
Right.
only one with the courage so far that's actually got in the comments of the social media sites, and you're backing up what you're saying, you're pushing back, right? You're the only
Yeah.
one. You're the only one that I've seen in the comments do that. Out of all the whistleblowers, we could say, or,
Right.
I don't want
Right.
to label you because I see you as Eddie, right?
That's it. I'm just Eddie,
Yeah,
everybody.
I
That's
just
it.
see you as Eddie. But Eddie has courage. Not only does he have courage, but he has fire and he's willing to show it publicly. And that's for me, that you've gained my trust. I mean, you already
I
had
have,
it, but you've more. I trust you more now than ever because I see the fire in you, man. You know?
girl, I have nothing to gain. I mean, I'm 54 years old. I can go sit on my couch all day, play my PlayStation 5 for my brain, because I have to do cognitive behavioral things for my brain after the injury. I can just sit there all day long, go outside, prune my fucking trees, water my fucking palm trees, do whatever I want, enjoy my life. I'm retired.
Yeah.
I'm here. I want to help. And then I got to put up with some kid on his bullshit. But I don't care. I honestly don't care. I have
They're just
nothing to gain,
they're just
you
not
know.
far. They're not as far down the evolution line in terms of the knowledge of this subject, and they'll get there. They'll get there. They'll have their oh shit
Right.
moment one day. It will happen. Everyone's had
It's e,
everyone's gone through it, I guess. At some stage, they've gone. That's can't be,
it's
can't be.
it's
I mean,
easier to be a naysayer than it is to stop talking. Most people feel like they need to talk. I need to say something. I need to be a part of this in some way. So they usually go negative, right? Oh, but is they got to get involved somehow. They have nothing to offer any platform, so they come in with their negativity because to them they're superheroes that are going to get involved one way or another, right? They got to get involved because they're into it.
verbally
Why
beat
are
you
you
down.
watching? Why are you watching if you don't believe this is real? You're either watching to try to get involved so you can make a name for yourself, or you're watching because you want to learn like a smart person would do and try
Mm,
to figure it out. I watch smart people all the time because I don't know everything in the world, right? I sit down and I educate myself on almost any topic.
yeah,
Crazy as it sounds, I watch all kinds of stuff because the smarter person I am, the better person to society I can be.
yeah. And you're smart enough to know that where you worked was a pretty secure
You
facility.
ain't getting through there.
You're
Yeah,
not
there's no
getting through
fucking
there,
way.
and you
No,
know that conversations that were had in the facility must have been on some kind of serious level for them to even get mentioned. You're that
all the
smart.
time.
Yeah, you don't need to try and convince yourself of that. That happened, and what you were hearing had credibility to it because it reached the office, right? It reached there.
Yeah,
Um, it's incredible, man. It's incredible, and I guess if you're that person that wants to throw out the bad comment, the negative comment, that I don't believe comment, and it's absolutely fine. Each to their own.
right.
I guess our response is, why don't you just record the skies and find out yourself, right?
Put the camera on slow mo and leave it alone for a minute. Check it, do it again. Check it. Sooner or later, you're going to be like, what the hell did I just catch? That's all it takes, man. They're there, whether you want to believe it or not. Cancer's real. You want to believe it's not real? That's on you. It doesn't mean it's not going to get your ass one day, maybe. It's there. These beings are here. You can say, oh no, I'm going to go to church and I'm now, there's no way. It's going to happen whether you like it or not.
Yeah,
Okay? God didn't reach down to save all them people in Auschwitz, did he? God's not going to reach down and save anybody from all this shit. So we need to put in perspective what God is. God
yeah,
is the source we all came from. God gave us this life to live, learn, grow, make mistakes so we can elevate.
yeah,
When we get clear on what God is in this planet, we can elevate. But
yeah,
right now, we're so wrapped up into this damn scare tactic religion that has been based on this planet for God knows how long. We are never going to
yeah,
evolve. You and I come from one source. Everybody watching, you all come from the same source. All of us. We were all one source at one time until we were shed off. God said, I give you a free will and sent us out. And that is a fucking fact. You don't need to go to church to find God. You are God.
Yeah,
Inside
man.
of you is
You
that
are
little
creation.
piece of God.
Yeah.
Your personality comes from whatever personality type God has. He has every personality type. You just happen to come from a certain part of him where you are who you are because that is who God was. And I'm not saying God's a man or God's a woman. God is God is. That's
It's
it.
creation.
God is.
Yeah,
That
he
tree
is.
is God. The
Yeah,
blades of anything he thought of, he is.
yeah.
Right?
Or anything
So
that's
we need
been
to get
created.
past
Yeah.
this religious shit. The
It's hard
religious
it's
shit
hard
is
to describe and put across, but
right.
that's what you mean by God. Creation,
It's
existing,
everything.
everything. And there's no point worshipping everything because you're living in everything. Just get
You're
on with
part
it,
of
right?
it.
Yeah. No one's going to come and save anyone. Unless
No.
we put it in place, right? Yeah, like it's
How do all the bad
yeah.
things happen on the planet? How does shooters go into places and kill? Nobody's reaching down and stopping it, right? Because it was we have chosen to come in and incarnate on this planet. We
Mhm.
have chosen to live this experience. God wants us to experience the good, the bad, and the ugly. There is no other way to advance your mind, your soul, if you can't understand every level of creation. That's why we are forever beings. We will forever incarnate to grow and learn all over. Everything you see is a school.
Yeah.
When people can say, you know what, that makes more sense, then the world will go, I'm not going to fight over this. What are we
Yeah.
fighting for?
Yeah.
What are we fighting about?
Yeah.
We're all the same. We're brothers and sisters, no matter how you slice it.
In
The
fact,
avatar,
yeah.
the avatar means nothing.
Mhm.
Nothing. If we all stood behind a white screen with a big light behind us, we would be a silhouette. And if you were on the other side, could you tell me what color I am? Other than that, maybe different kind of hair for afros or whatever. But most likely, if we all had to wear a baseball hat, you wouldn't know who the fuck is what,
Yeah.
right? That is proof that what we see skews our judgment of what we accept.
Yeah.
We got to
100%.
stop it. Okay, when I see a Chevy Camaro, I don't judge the guy driving the Honda Accord, going, "Oh, the Camaro's way better." That's what we get ourselves into. We're looking at facades and we're judging the facade, but the inside is identical. We're
Yeah.
identical.
Yeah.
There's no difference. We're all little glowing spheres that go back to the source. That's it. We're attached at our belly button. And that's what I told you. Always trust your gut. Our soul is connected to our body through that spinal cord behind your belly button. It operates your robot. So my thoughts operate this, right? When we die, that little tiny ball is all that goes out.
Yeah.
That's it. And it goes back to wherever in these creatures, I don't know if they capture, I don't know. But they're so interested in our soul to put it in different vessels, they say. I don't know, people. I'm just telling you what I've heard. I'm telling you what is originally was spoken in the military. What I share with you was spoken by people that had rankings you wouldn't even believe were talking like this, right?
That's
I
insane.
have no reason to tell you some crazy sounding shit because when I say it, I'm like, it's not. When I heard it, it's fucking crazy.
Mm.
Right. It sounds crazy. And I like to live a comfortable, normal life where nothing outside of my walls is weird. Right. The Twilight Zone shit. But the reality is, we are living in the biggest false reality and it's coming apart. They're having a hard time holding it together right now. They are creating our reality
Yeah.
because they don't want us to see beyond what they've created. We are at the precipice right now where this whole entire civilization of man is waking up. We're starting to see, hey man, that ain't what it is. This is not true. They're lying to us. They're getting us sucked into things that don't matter
Mm.
because they don't want us to keep looking where we're looking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had heart surgery, so sometimes when I talk a lot, I got to swallow. So you see me
No,
doing
you're good.
that.
You're good, man. You're good. Um, yeah, I think that's a big message here. And I think on the next one, we're going to get into capabilities, the craft themselves. You've done a lot of hand drawings of flying saucers, UFOs, UAP.
Yeah, I sent you the list.
Yeah, so we'll get into that on the next one. We'll go down the list and I'll get your insight into where these images came from and what you think they are, what they do, and we'll go into videos as well. So guys, I think record the skies. Give me and Eddie some work to do. We've got plenty to get
Right.
on with, but we also want the gold. We want the best captures that you guys can produce from all over the world, not just the UK, the US, Brazil, every single corner of the planet needs to be recording, right?
Yeah,
Um,
and when they do, what we can do is we can make a matrix up. So we'll start with a center hub, and we can every country that sends us some, then we can start. This is how Intel works. If people can start sending you videos, and I want them to tell where the video is coming from. I want the
sure.
time. I want to know where it originated, where they saw the craft. If they can do that, I will help you build one of the most complex maps ever created on the topic. You and I can create something to give to the people,
Mhm.
not charge them money or nothing. They can freely download it. Once we start collecting this information, it can be an ever evolving map of locations, what type of craft. I'm telling you, if we can do that, I can put together a big picture and start figuring out. I gave you
Yeah.
4 sites.
Yeah.
I wanted remote viewed. I
Mhm.
know 4 places that are extremely important that would make the whole world shake if the remote
Sure.
viewers can. I have all the information right here.
Mhm.
Okay. I have it all. I won't share this information until the remote viewer is about to view. I will send you the info.
Yeah, we're going to
But
try and get
if
that
they can
arranged, buddy.
confirm what I have here,
Mhm.
we don't need to be told anything after that. It's a game changer, game over. Humanity wins. The power structure crumbles. I have it. I need remote viewers.
I'm definitely gonna be speaking to one or two, but if anyone wants to get in contact with me directly and feels they can help with this, please do. undercoveretuk@gmail.com. And Eddie, once again, mate, thank you so much for the insight. And again, people can take it however they want. I'm not here to just listen to you. I'm here to support you because ultimately what you're saying backs up what I'm showing and what my audience is
Right.
capturing. And we just want more people to get involved, and that's how you can in a
That's
positive
it.
way. Yeah,
I
that's
just
it.
want everybody to wake up. That's all you want. Just wake up. If you want to be negative, but keep it to yourself. It doesn't help. We've had enough harm happen in this topic. Let's start getting everybody involved. Get rid of all the shit.
100%, man. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to the next one. It's
Yes,
been a real
sir.
pleasure.
Stay safe, my friend.
Thank you, buddy.